1061.com. Here until noon. Of course, your calls are always welcome. You heard the number. It's 504-260-1061. Love to hear from you as we delve into every topic regarding sports from high school to college to pro and beyond with your calls. And Rudy Dixon is on board to take care of business this morning. You can always catch us online at FM1061.com. Our TuneIn app available anytime, anywhere for you as well. You can email me at ken@crescentcitysports.com. All options available, but your calls, of course, most notable at 260-1061. Glad to have my partner, Ed Daniels, back with us this morning after a week's hiatus, of course, of WGNO Television and Sports Zone and all the Friday night entities and CrescentCitySports.com and Nash Icon 1061 FM and the Clarion Herald and all points in between. Nice to see you upright this morning, my friend. How are you?
Feeling better.
That's 2 words. Well done.
Well done, yeah. Feeling better.
Well, obviously, we had you in prayer, and we'll continue to keep you in prayer, and hopefully things will continue to go well for you and for all others who are dealing with malaises and difficulties in these very difficult, strange, unusual times that we continue to find ourselves dealing with. So, again, nice to have you with us. And, of course, for many, many years, this is the Three Tailgaters Show. And let's go over the history real quick. We started off doing this back in the 1990s on another frequent. Was a tremendous asset to the show. Gave us a voice of reason, oftentimes refereed, and made sure that we stayed on side and didn't commit penalties. A very learned man, but more than that, just a terrific person who cared immensely about the young men he dealt with and coached over the years, about the students that he taught, and about people like you and I. But the person he cared most about joins us now. Her name is Elaine Gaille, of course, Rick's wife of so many years and carrying on his legacy, and a person we care about very deeply. And first of all, Elaine, it's great to have you with us. Good morning to you, and I hope you're well in these very strange times we find ourselves in.
Well, I am, and good morning to you and Ed. I'm so happy to be with you.
Well, it's a pleasure, and you heard that introduction. Of course, I know you used to listen all the time, and we did let your husband get a word in edgewise, at the very least, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And the way you described Rick as a referee, I really think he was that. He was a voice of reason in athletics and in sports, especially, high school sports. So remember that.
Well, he most certainly was, and he meant so much to so many people, not the least of which are us 2 individuals. And I was blessed to meet Rick for the first time. I met him when he was at Chalmette as an assistant coach in the late 1970s when I first started in the business. And, of course, I didn't know him at the time, but I met him through Bill Cimento. And then when he went to Rummel, which is, of course, where Ed and I went to high school, I got to know him better there because Easton Roth is a very good friend. Then to Tulane, of course, and Bonneville, and my friend Mike Villamaret, and ultimately ending up at St. James. And that was a wonderful marriage. Nothing's ever perfect, but that was a great place for him, and he was able to make a difference for really such an incredible amount of time, bordering on 2 decades. It was a special experience, wasn't it?
Absolutely. I remember in late 91, early 92, it was a Sunday afternoon, and Rick said, "We're going to take a ride. We're going to just take a ride." I said, "Where are we going?" "Just get in the car." And he drove me up the River Road in Vacherie and drove me through these oak trees and drove. I said, this is really nice. What is this?" He goes, "I'm going to apply to be head coach at this school. Do you think it's too far away?" And I said, "Of course not. No, I think it's wonderful." And then the rest is history. They eventually hired him.
And then the rest is history. He had a tremendous run for an elongated period of time and made quite a difference in the lives of people. My partner is going to speak extensively in a moment, but one of the primary reasons we wanted to have you with us this morning, aside from recognizing our great friend and telling you how much we miss him as well, is the fact that you've decided to do something in his name that will create a tremendous benefit for young men and women at St. James High School for many years to come. So speak about that, if you will, Elaine.
Yes. I've established the Coach Rick Gaille Memorial Scholarship at St. James High School for the student athletes, female and male, who best exemplify leadership, athletic versatility, and the characteristics of what Rick brought to St. James, which I've just recently discovered has become their school motto: tradition, honor, discipline, excellence, or THTE. And this week, on Wednesday night, we were able to present those awards.
And tell us about the student athletes that you opted to award. I know you now have revealed the names, correct?
Yes, and I really have to thank certain people for helping. They helped this decision because, of course, I can't select them. It has to be the criteria I would give to the athletic director and the coaches there. The people that really helped me were Coach Robert Valdez, Assistant Principal Shane Kleber, Guidance Director El Tonnery Oob, and of course Rick's long and great friend, Coach Donald Rodrigue. They helped me. The male athlete that was selected is a young man by the name of DeAndre Keller, and he was a defensive tackle on the football team. Not only that, in 2019 and 20, he's the state champion in Division II of shot put, indoor shot put. He must be an extremely strong athlete. So he's a very well-deserving young man. And the young lady who was selected is truly not just a wonderful student athlete, but very well-rounded. Her name is Abigail Lasser. She's a great softball player with a .445 batting average, playing first base. She had gotten the Louisiana High School Athletic Association 3A all-academic team because she's actually magna cum laude graduate, and also in junior ROTC. So both these young athletes totally exemplify the characteristics that I enumerated before.
All right, I'm going to bring in my partner, Ed Daniels, now, who I know wants to converse with you as well and feels much the way I do. Edward.
Hey, Lane, it's great to see Rick's legacy, not only remembered but enhanced. I think it's a fantastic thing, because frankly, he deserved it. He did a tremendous job over the years with so many people. And the thing that I remember the most is when he was sick and, at some point terminally ill, how upbeat he was. It's pretty amazing. It's an amazing thing.
It is. It is. He never gave up. And he would always say whatever happens in life, you have to keep putting one foot forward and just keep fighting. And he did. He surely did. Yes.
That's the thing that I'll remember the most. More than anything else.
Mm-hmm. He's a fighter. He was a fighter, and he really, I know I don't make y'all upset, but he truly loved being on your show. He really did. And he had a great affection and respect for you, Ed, and for you, Ken. And thank you so much for letting me discuss this thing that I'm doing for him. And as long as I'm alive, I'm going to do it, and I'll figure out a way to keep doing it. The scholarship program.
Oh, that's awesome. And we're very appreciative. I know that St. James High School is. I know that Robert Valdez, a really good man, is. And incidentally, they just got Team of the Year from the All-State Sugar Bowl in Louisiana.
Oh,
and of
wonderful.
course, we honored them with that honor as well for the Greater New Orleans Quarterback Club at the end of last season as well. And it was richly deserved, their first state championship since 1979. And THDE. I know Rick is probably still smiling about that accomplishment. He came so close to winning that, as I recall, a 2-point conversion or something of that nature, as I vividly recall against Evangel. But I know he's got to be smiling about that.
Yeah, and the great Chad Jasmine was on that team, and Carrie LeVay, and all those great athletes back then. I mean, those young men just did so much, and Rick it was just fabulous. Yeah.
Well, Elaine, before we let you get away, a caller on hold. It happens to be none other than Robert Valdez. So Coach Valdez has joined us now. Hey, Robert, it's great to hear from you with that Daniels Kentrahan, and that's Elaine Gaille laughing and screaming in the background. How you doing, Coach?
I'm great. Good morning. Good morning, guys, and good morning, Miss Elaine. How are you?
I'm fine. Coach Valdez. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you so much for everything that you're doing, and we appreciate it on behalf of our athletic department, our student athletes, and the one thing that defines us at St. James is there's something special in the community and everything and the involvement, and just glad to see Miss Lane come in good spirits and honoring somebody that pretty much continue the staple of the tradition of St. James football. So we're very excited.
Well, I really enjoyed the awards program the other night, and it was very well run in the era of COVID-19, and it was just wonderful in the fresh air, and the kids protected and us protected, yet we could honor all the children then.
Thank you.
Well, and Ed, as I told Robert, I had Robert on the show earlier this week and talking about the Sugar Bowl award, and I said, man, you're at the top of the heap right now. They really do love you in Vacherie, win or win, right? Win or win.
Better get some more of those, Coach. Coach, they ate steak last year. They don't want you to eat hamburger anymore, okay?
No. It's good. And like I said, it's good. It's crazy because my first year I lost my first playoff game, and I walked out shaking my head, and there was a lot of people, just congratulating, saying, "Hey, great job, Coach. We're proud of you." And I was like, "Oh, that's different." But no, it's just we got some good things going on, and we really are a community school. And when you look back at in the history and everything that was done with Coach Gaille and the THDE and those guys, that's what made it special. So just thank you for continuing the legacy through that scholarship, and we're going to continue to do our part, and we just got to try to keep winning.
Awesome. Well, Robert, I want to again congratulate you for not only the state championship, but the difference you make daily with young men in that program and all the programs you've worked with. And Elaine, we want to thank you again, Ed and I, from the bottom of our hearts for what you're doing for St. James, an excellent institution, and also keep the legacy of your outstanding husband alive. So really appreciate you and appreciate both of you. And just keep up the great work. Stay safe. God bless you both.
Thank y'all. Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. Thank you, Coach Valdez and Elaine Gaille. Wonderful people and a wonderful story, to say the least. So, listen, really appreciative, Ed, and of course, the ability to keep Rick's name alive and out there is meaningful to you and I both. He meant so much to us, and we miss him to this day on this show. But we're trying to carry it on. We did it before him. We're doing it after him, but it was best with him.
Yeah, it was. And, it's hard to believe, Ken, that almost 2 years have passed. It's an amazing thing when you think about all the time that has gone by so quickly over the last 23 months. And, one of the things that I thought about this week when we were talking about today and Elaine coming on the program was, I wonder what Rick would say about what's going on right now in America. I think he would have a lot of, not necessarily about what's going over the last 72 hours, which is truly a tragedy, but the whole COVID-19 pandemic. I think he would have had some tremendous insights as to how things are moving forward. And, I think it would have been really interesting to hear from him about those things. I'm
going to have a piece up at CrescentCitySports.com later today on that whole scenario because it's something that unfolds. People urge you to put out some sort of opinion or something, and in this particular